going on, YouTube? I just wanted to make a little gossip review of the Bad Girls Club, and I'm gonna spit my opinions on who I think is the baddest bad girls in the history of Bad Girls Club from season 1 to 10. And some of the seasons I just might not even be mentioning, so that means that you weren't bad at all. None of the bitches was bad in that certain season that I do not mention. Okay? Let's get started. First of all, I just want to say, far as the situation with Nicole, well, the episode should be coming on, tomorrow? And she looks like she just left with no, excuse, no nothing. She just, no note, no nothing. The bitch just left. She just hit the road, honey. She said, bitch, I got to go. I'm packing my shit, bitch, and I'm out. I don't know if it's because of the fighting with Valentina, but I thought that she was stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion on the situation because, she doesn't strike me as somebody that would just up and leave. But you would never know nowadays with people, So, I honestly thought that from what I saw of their, two fights, that she did well. I think that she whooped her ass. I think Nicole whooped Valentina's ass in that kitchen, and she just might have whooped Valentina's ass when they got into it on the step. All I know is I saw her busting Valentina, and, Valentina and her falls to the ground. Looks like she's on top of her. Valentina's on top of Nicole, but it seems like, Nicole rolled over on top of her. So, I don't know. We don't know until we see the episode. But anywho, did my cigarette go out? I know damn well. Hang on, y'all. I know y'all get it together. But anywho, I be having to smoke a cigarette when I talk about these bitches. But anywho, so okay, so my thing is Paula. That's my girl. I don't understand why she got upset. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't. And I know that's your girl. Y'all cool. You had her back. She had your back. Honestly, I think it was more that she could have done as far as Paula, as far as having her back. Because if you were to see from previous episodes where Paula, I think it was the first episode where Paula and Janae had got into their little argument, Nicole was right there, you know what I'm saying, for her. She spoke up for her, she got up in her face, they exchanged words, what have you. And they had a tiny little altercation. Now, my thing of the matter is that Paula, she says she doesn't pick sides. But, that's your girl, you were the only one in the house, they got her back, and, all this, that, and the third. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, mind you, I like Paula. You know what I'm saying? But it just, to me, seemed like you could have did a little bit more for her in the house as far as having her back, and maybe she wouldn't have left. I think that's what it is. Maybe she felt like, I felt like Nicole felt like she didn't have nobody in the house to have her back. She was crying. I felt really bad for her when she said, she is so used to being like the tomboy and having guys friends, and she wanted some girlfriends, and it hurt her because she tried to take a chance on getting to know girls and hang out. But sweetie, I would tell you like this, honey, Bad Girls Club is not the club for you to be trying to make friends. You was better off talking to Jesus, honey. I'm sorry. This is not, a sorority. It's not a boys and girls club where you just, hang out and that sweet kumbaya type shit. Honey, no. Sweetie, you were in the wrong spot if you was looking to find some, you know, girlfriends to hang out with. I mean, really, that's just like I'm saying, you know, oh, you know, I'm gonna go to the Bad Boys Club. You know what I'm saying? To find guy friends, or, you know, because I'm used to hanging out with girlfriends. And that just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. You know, if you were going to find somebody to be cool with, you know what I'm saying, as far as girls, honey, that was just not the place to go. I'm sorry, there's a million and one things and places that you can be to have girlfriends, and the Bad Girls Club is not it. I am so sorry, honey, no shade, but no. But anywho, I just felt like with Paula, she could have did a little bit better as far as having Nicole's back. I like Nicole because if you see where when Janae was going through her problems and everything, you know, even though Nicole didn't like Janae, she still, you know, spoke up, you know, for her and was saying certain things like, you know, that's not right. Y'all picking on her. I think we should stop. This is not the bullying club. This is the Bad Girls Clubhouse, you know. And she was speaking on how big Alicia was, you know, compared to Janae, and how she's fighting her, and then here come Valentina weak ass coming around jumping, and it just wasn't right. And I feel you on that, you know. But one thing I can say about Janae, you cool in my book because you had heart, you never backed down from anybody, you always called a bitch out when you felt the need to. And I mean, you know, even though you got your ass whooped like what, 3 times, if you look at the fights, none of them were fair. None of them was fair. You know, she didn't have a fair fight with none of the girls because she fought because she was always getting jumped. You know, and I will be honest and say the Alicia fight, she was getting her ass beat before she even got jumped. But I don't know if she got hits in. It looked like she was missing when she ran up on her and, you know, shot the one and started swinging. It looked like she maybe had got some hits in. I don't know. But at least you tried, honey. Shit, you know. You cool in my book. But anyhow, this, you know, this little recording review is not about, you know, Janae in this particular one, honey. It's just, we talked about her before. She's gone, so let's keep it moving to the next hoe. Even though I like you, boo. No shade. Mwah. Pieces to you. Pieces up. And deuces down, honey. Moving along. Far as with who I think is the baddest girls in the history of Bad Girls Club, I would say the first girl I would go for, just because this is my bitch, you know what I'm saying, is Natalie. I love her to death. That bitch is the one who made Bad Girls Club ratings go up. I don't give a fuck what no bitch got to say. This is my opinion. This is what this is for, to spit our opinions. So, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Natalie was the first girl who beat 2 girls by herself, and then it came Megan. You know, when she got into it with Kendra and Amber, I think her name is, or whatever the fuck the bitch was. She got into it with 2 bitches in one. And the reason why I say she's the baddest girl, because that bitch, you know, was running that shit. Period. You know, and if you guys look at it, she's the only bad girl that's still talked about. You know, she's doing her thing, you know, and honestly, you know, Tanisha is supposed to be like the baddest bad girl, but honestly, I don't believe that she is the baddest bad girl, because the fight she got into was like, you know, it was a short, small fight. I mean, and look who she fought. But moving along. The next bitch I think is Kat from season 5. I think that Cheese is one of the baddest bad girls, the one who dated Drake. You know, that bitch, she was raw. That bitch was raw. But yeah, I know how YouTube is. You can't have so much time on here to record. So I'm going to finish what I got to say of who I think is the baddest bad girls. We started off with Natalie and ended with Kat. So I'm going to redo another recording. All right. Mwah.